What's going on, fellas? Let's roll it. Subject to Change is back. It's podcast season. We've been away on a little bit of a break, but we're back now. And Spencer's in LA.
You see the surfboards in the back. You know what it is.
Surfboard.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Are you seriously gonna surf though today?
Yes, I got my wetsuit. Everything.
There's no way you can surf.
No.
Oh, dude, wait for the videos, dude.
Jordan, you seem so much happier right now.
I am happy.
Like, I feel like I love you, and then the season ends, I'm like, wow, I really love you. You know, you're in a great mood.
Tom, I love you too. Yes, I feel good. It's so hectic right now, but I'm in a really good phase of transitioning in my life. I feel like I needed it. For those listeners that don't know what Tom is talking about, the source of my happiness, other than live, is UNLV, my new home. I'm headed to Las Vegas, Nevada to play college basketball. I can't wait. Dude.
What's the Rebels sign? What do we do?
The Rebels. I don't know.
Yeah, you run through walls. That's what rebels do, all right? You break things. You go surfing when you're not supposed to go surfing. You're in the hallways. But
dude, no, they got this cool logo, though, with this dude with a mustache and a big, like, hat. There's like a cowboy hat, could be sombrero. It's kind of like a hybrid of two. It's dope. I love our
logo. Well, so is that why you transferred there? Because, like, yeah, like no, but like you look cool and everything, and like school's great, and I know they have good basketball. But I don't know, you were pretty quick to post that Instagram picture of you just flexing so hard in like the hardcore red. And I don't know, it felt like ulterior motives for the decision.
Okay, so once again, Tom is basing my transfer onto social media based. That's why I did it. No,
that's all that matters. Social media is all that matters.
How many likes did you get?
Tom,
I actually didn't look.
Shut up, Tom. Anyways, the reason I transferred, in all seriousness, was Coach Kruger over there is he just came from Oklahoma, I believe 2 years ago. He was an assistant at UNLV under Osselberger for a year or two. He actually coached against me. So his dad, Lon Kruger, was obviously a legendary coach who just retired from OU. And my freshman year, we beat Oklahoma in the Big 12 tournament. It was game one. We weren't supposed to win. It was like a 10-7 matchup. We beat them. And when he gave me a call, Coach Kruger told me two things. He's like, I got 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 options out of the transfer portal. And you're my first call as a head coach. So that was huge. I was like, okay, because we don't have to lie about anything. My stats don't jump out at you by any means. But what Coach Kruger then told me, the second part was, hey, I don't know if you know this, but I had the scout against you at West Virginia when I was an assistant, because every assistant does the scouting for, every other team they rotate through. And he had us in the Big 12 tournament, and I'm sure they thought they were going to skate because we were, I think, like 4-14, or maybe 4-13 or something in league that year. And we came out there and we beat them. We beat them in the first round. And he said the way you played, with a certain amount of freedom, was we had no answer for it. So that's why I called you, because I need a point guard. So that, and the logo's dope. And yeah, Tom, I got the post on Instagram, but whatever. No, that was the main reason that I'm going to UNLV. Coach Kruger is the man. So I'm excited. I really am.
No, that is awesome. It also was your most liked picture in the last 10 months. That's also good.
So insights are up. Awesome. Good.
Insights are up. We're trending up on the West Coast. Did you look at UNLV out of high school? No, right? That wasn't even a thought.
No, UNLV wasn't much of a thought. So this is my thing in high school. I didn't wait long enough. If you're a 16, 17, actually nowadays 15 through 17-year-old kid getting recruited, just wait, hold on, relax, because everybody wants to jump early, pull the trigger. And I get it, because recruiting can be kind of annoying at times. You meet a lot of good people, but it's hectic. I didn't get recruited by them out of high school. I didn't get recruited by a lot of people I probably would have, and got, more chance to look at systems and where I would fit best, because I pulled the trigger when my sophomore year. Now, that doesn't mean I completely made a stupid decision. I've learned a lot, but I would have waited if I, could have went back. That's all.
Right. And you've never even visited the school, right?
No, well, everybody, it's like the
play there in
Mecca.
AAU, right?
Yeah, that's the AAU Mecca in July. So I played there before, walked around. I love Vegas.
I could never do that. I feel like, Spence, you can move places. And maybe your newest apartment. Oh, you saw it, I think. But I couldn't.
Well, I live in LA now. If you can't tell.
Okay, big shot. Okay,
I could never do that. I would have to like be there, look at every single inch of the place, meet every single person there, like know for sure that I'm gonna have a fake friend or two. But you just did it. Did you talk to any of your teammates before?
Yeah, I talked to a few of them. I already talked to Marvin Coleman's a returner. He was there last year for UNLV. He's a guard, older guy, so he's cool. A lot of the guys, Bryce Hamilton, we're trying to make sure he comes back out of the draft. Even though, I mean, he definitely is a draft pick this year, but if we can get him, I think we can do some damage because we have Big 12 transfers other than just me. We got Royce Ham. We got a walk-on from OU, and there could be another Big 12 transfer on the way. Hush, hush. We're not going to talk about it just yet. So it's looking really good. It's looking like it's going to be an exciting year at UNLV.
No, this transfer stuff's insane.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. I thought it was perfect. Like, didn't like two guards left, right?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, a couple of them went with Ostelberger to Iowa State. He took a few. And then two just enter the portal. Yeah.
So there's plenty of room for you. It's high mid-major. Like UNLV is always in the mix some way, somehow. So I think
right.
You're still gonna get plenty of attention and have that opportunity to shine. I think you couldn't have picked a better place.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm excited because like you said, I just want opportunity at the end of the day to earn, my time on the floor. And I think Coach Kruger sees something in me that, you got to imagine, outside of Wisconsin, I didn't have any high major interest in the portal, which was expected. I mean, with my numbers, that's not going to jump off, and being 5'11", I mean, you're just not going to get a ton of stuff there. But Coach Kruger being, kind of having a lot of high major experience at OU, having faith in me, I mean, that was the biggest kind of boost to what I needed, I think, right now in my life. So I'm excited. I'm so excited, but it's going to be a busy couple months before I get out to Vegas.
Yeah, you're going to live in Vegas. I mean, you're going to live in Vegas. Like,
yeah, that's amazing.
Why are so many people transferring? We should be in summer throne.
Should we get the mansion back?
Yes.
We have a mansion in Vegas.
We go to a mansion every summer in Vegas.
Well, we used to before
COVID.
Before, the world fell apart. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys could definitely do it this year. I'm definitely like everything's trending towards like AU. I feel like is going to be absolute, just all restrictions off, no bars hold. Everybody just do what they want. I feel like that's going to be.
I think so. It seems that way. Like this, like there's states that are just like everyone's going there to play. It's like, oh, Georgia's wide open. Everyone fly to Georgia and let's play there. It's tough because I think some of the bigger circuits might not happen, but like you'll see, like people are going to play basketball. I mean, it was the same way it was during the pandemic also.
So
we actually got Towers brothers this past weekend.
I didn't want to get into it this early, but there's another person we know who lives in Las Vegas currently. Julian Newman lives in Las Vegas. So, whatever we want to get that one-on-one, we want to get that boxing match in, whatever we need to make happen, I just got to make that call.
Okay.
What it comes down to is what is Jordan willing to do to boost this podcast? Like how bad does he want it?
Dude, Jordan knocks out Julian, this podcast viral. Biggest thing in the world. Just let him do his little dance like you talk about, and then boom, boom, boom.
Listen, Julian's quick. I got to give him 3 rounds to he's got to gas out. You know what I mean? You've seen him on the floor. It's like, you got to give him 3 rounds, gas him out, and then find your spot. But listen, we are, how far away are we from that? 20 years before I'm like, all right, I got to fight somebody. Like, I feel like all these guys hit like 40, they retire from whatever they've been doing, and they're just so bored at home. They're just like, all right, I'll fight somebody, I guess, on Thriller, but I'm not doing we're not doing that now. Absolutely not. We're going to grow this podcast the natural and organic way. I'm not going to knock somebody out for it or get knocked out. I mean, we've seen how that has happened. We don't need anything crazy happening and then just, crazy comments on all of our pods. So no,
I'm just
Spencer's computer died. He's really on the ball now that he's been in LA. We're already starting to lose him. He's slipping. He's fallen in love, and his Bayfie just moved to Hawaii. Oh my God.
Wait, is that why you're in California, to be closer to her?
Okay, let's be clear about this. We're not. This is all done.
That's it. All done. What do you mean it's all done?
Are you shutting us down?
No, that's wrap. No, that's a wrap. That conversation's wrapped. We're over. We're moved on.
Okay.
To recap for the listeners who haven't heard from you in a while.
No,
Spencer, girl.
No, we didn't. No, I didn't.
Didn't fall in love or anything.
No, I didn't.
Someone, and she happened to be moving to Hawaii when he met her. So now he's in California.
And now,
halfway closer to her.
Now he's pulling the I don't want to talk about it card. Okay, listen, here's our new rule on the pod. You get one per week. If we do multiple pods a week and you burned yours this week, we're going to do another one probably later. You burned your one. I don't want to talk about it. So the next time you talk about, Jordan should fight Julian Newman, I'm going to use my I don't want to talk about it card. Okay, you get one a week. Tom, you get one as well.
That's just the one.
I already used mine.
That's the one thing we've moved on from that. We're out in LA catching shredding waves, crushing it. I hiked Ramen Canyon yesterday. If you didn't see Runyon Canyon, I'm out here.
Sounds like you're depressed a little bit if you start hiking just by yourself. Like you just hike by yourself. You got to clear your head.
With my friend.
Okay. All right.
Here's the tell. If Spencer starts posting a lot more on social media, he misses a girl.
Yeah, you can always tell his mental stages by how much he's posting on Instagram.
This is unbelievable. We gotta get this.
Okay, all right, let's move away from this. So you're not gonna get matching tattoos with this girl at some point?
I don't know what girl you're talking about.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, what the hell? Jordan McCabe, legend, sick basketball player, got matching tattoos with a girl.
Wait, what?
Not just a girl, Liv. We love Liv.
Wait, what?
Look at that.
What is it?
What is it?
It's a fish?
It's a koi fish.
So what's the meaning of a koi fish? I have a lot of tattoos. Okay. I'm not hating.
Yeah, okay. So Tom's not even really supposed to be in this conversation because he doesn't have tattoos. So
I've been wearing fake tattoos lately.
He's like, oh, that's
cool.
stupid.
That's super cool, Tom.
Yeah, awesome, Tom. Licking sticks. Okay, Spence, now that the adults are talking. So I got, I have a bunch of tattoos. I have the Jesus, the big piece on my shoulder. I got something for my grandfather. Everything has like serious meaning to it. And I think
same here, especially the
smiley,
smiley face on my leg. It's got a lot of meaning.
Yeah, dude. See, but that's what I'm talking about. Those are the best tattoos, are they not?
Yeah.
Is it your smiley face? What's your favorite tattoo? Is it the smiley face?
Nah, my Kobe tattoo is my favorite.
All right,
but the smiley face is pretty good.
like nobody wants that guy. Okay, it's equivalent to the guy at a party who like shows up with an acoustic guitar and you're like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so that the same guy is the one who's got like this deep meaning, like I went through and I got this tattoo and it means this, and it was a big, like I felt like a caterpillar spreading my wings at the time, so this represents. It's like, dude, shut up. Okay, it's like you don't want to hear about all of that. Sometimes you got to have a few. Now some tattoos can have meaning, but I got a koi fish because Liv liked it and I thought it was dope. So we were walking around Pittsburgh. I called like 4 shops. I got lucky that some dude was actually a good artist, and I'm like, hey, can you do this? Because I walked into 2 shops and I swear I was getting hepatitis if I got a tattoo there. I was like, I had to back out and call this other guy. And he's like, yeah, I got some time. Come on in. So he was a cool dude.
So Liv got a koi fish too?
No, not yet. Her mom said absolutely not. She's not getting a matching one. So I have this one. And then there's like a yin and yang like koi fish. There's a lighter colored one that's less filled in. And eventually, if we end up together, she's gonna get that koi fish.
That's
So,
nice.
wait a minute, you got matching tattoos, but a girl didn't match, but she didn't match it. That's good.
Yeah, so now I'm stuck with a koi fish, but I freaking love my koi fish. So that's also a positive.
Does it have a name?
What's that?
Like, do you have a name for it?
But what the hell were you doing in Pittsburgh?
Dude, it's awesome.
What is in
really
Pittsburgh?
underrated?
Yo, I had a phase where I wanted to move to Pittsburgh too.
What?
Really?
I guess Mac Miller
Okay.
and Wiz Khalifa are from Pittsburgh. That's kind of cool.
Dude, no, Pittsburgh's a dope city. I love it. So south side of Pittsburgh, we were just kind of walking. I mean, there's a bunch of different parts of Pittsburgh. People think it's just like steel mills and stuff, but it's a huge, pretty metropolitan area now. And it's a lot of fun. There's so much.
I hope Zig doesn't listen to the podcast, Tom. You're gonna hear me trashing Pittsburgh.
You guys got a guy from Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Big Pittsburgh guy.
No, if you're from Pittsburgh, they don't like they say yins and stuff. Say how yins doing today or whatever to your boy from Pittsburgh. YINZ next time. See if he catches it. That's their thing. It's really weird. I don't know. But yeah, we just go to Pittsburgh on the weekends here because Morgantown's cool and all, but it's not a metropolitan city. So we like to go up and just chill and get some sushi, some drinks, some tattoos, have a good time. So that's what I was doing up there.
So you got a tattoo for Liv, and now she's gonna be in West Virginia when you're in Vegas.
No, our plan is she's gonna move out to Vegas in September, right when school starts, right before school starts.
She graduated?
She graduates as well, yeah. So I'll be in my master's program out at UNLV.
Yeah, how'd that happen? How'd you graduate college in 3 years?
I'm a freaking genius, Tom.
No, you're not. You're not a genius.
Okay.
You can't even schedule this podcast correctly. It's like,
we gotta talk about that too.
Dude, it is every day. It's like, okay, 6 p.m. It's like, oh, I completely forgot I had a workout. It's like,
Have you ever heard of a calendar?
Yeah,
every day.
Calendar is really simple. You just it has all 24 hours of the day, and you can say, okay, I'm working out at noon. Okay, I've got a meeting at 2:00. Oh, that means 1:00 is open. That's a good open period. That's how a calendar works, Jordan.
Okay, that's awesome. As soon as name, image, and likeness passes, I'm calling you and hiring you as my secretary because I have way too many things going on. Yes, that's right. Spencer's my secretary. Yes, he lives in LA.
You wouldn't be a very good secretary, to be honest. Neither one of us would.
Office secretary. I would just take the meetings that I care about. The rest I'd be like, fuck off, dude.
Wait, how did you graduate college? I don't get it.
I graduated college because I may not be super smart, but I am. If I get something in my head, and I've always had this in my head, was to graduate in 3 years. I'll find a way to get it done. So I went to my academic advisor. I took max credits all the way through 3 years. So like I could have, it's really just adding like one class a semester.
You did some stuff in the summer?
And oh yeah, my summer I had as many hours as I could possibly put in. So, and then I picked up a bunch of different credits like throughout whenever I could pick them up. And shout out to my lady, Stephanie, that's my academic advisor. She got me through in 3 years. She just said, pass all these classes and you're good. So
can Spence and I come to your graduation party?
Well, it's in Mexico, and it's with my family and Liv. So no, you can't.
Where in Mexico?
What do you mean?
Where in Mexico, hypothetically?
Cancun, hypothetically.
What
Palace.
I love Mexico.
What weekend? What weekend, hypothetically?
Hypothetically, it'll be from the dates May 15th to the 22nd. Hypothetically.
I love Mexico.
I will still be homeless then. So
some people say that I'm the king of Mexico.
You're not you went to Mexico once when you were like 24, dude.
I vlogged it. It was sick.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna vlog my trip out to Vegas because I have to drive it.
So wait, what is Liv gonna do in Vegas? Is she getting a job? Is she trying to grow up or?
Yeah. So
come working at overtime.
Well, she's got to sign with an agency here, a talent agency, as soon as she's done with school, because that takes up a lot of her time. She graduates with a bachelor's in public relations. So she kind of wants to work either like with a company. She does a bunch of brand like ambassador deals and stuff like that. So she makes a lot more money than I do, which is fine, even though the NCAA is an asshole. Sorry. I let my emotions get the best of me there. But the NCAA is dragging its feet once again on name, image, and likeness, which
wait, but they'll let Liv make money?
Yeah, because she doesn't play basketball.
I'm just
hired.
That's her.
I'm just messing around.
Does she know anything about sports betting?
But it makes total sense that she can make money and you can't.
It doesn't make sense. It does not.
But it kind of makes sense, you know?
Are you just trying to piss me off? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Spencer. Okay. No, but all I want to say, and we won't drag this conversation out, but name, image, and likeness that was supposed to be passed last January, or at least voted on. But then, of course, COVID conveniently shows up and now we can't do it. Like, you can still do a Zoom meeting, NCAA, and talk about name, image, and likeness, because it's really simple. If I told you can't tell a, I don't know, a medical student, somebody in the medical school here at WVU, you can't tell them that they can't tutor and charge X amount of dollars per hour because that's their area of expertise. They can tutor up and coming med students or those that want to get into school to do that. So that would be like saying, Jordan, which I can't, I have to be a camp counselor and somebody has to run the camp and I have to, just only get paid on like
hourly or whatever.
Hourly, whatever. It's got to be all that stuff. It doesn't make any sense if I'm just trying to go like be an entrepreneur in any way, shape, or form. I don't understand why that's so hard to just get. Some lawyer from the NCAA, some lawyer, I would love to sit down and talk with him, because he said, we don't want to do that because we think it will take kids' attention away from academics. And it's like, yo, if the kid doesn't want to, if he doesn't want to be in college in the first place, if he's kind of a one and done guy and he's like, academics are going to mean nothing anyways. You get out of academics what you want to. And whether or not you can make money on a brand deal doesn't influence whether or not you're going to do your homework. Yeah, you got to be more, responsible with your time.
What I would say, Jordan, is you're preaching to the choir. I mean, we're starting a basketball league to pay high school kids. So we're trying to just go skirt around that. And we won't talk about it on this. Like, we should bring someone on from our new league to talk about it and explain it, because I think you'd love it.
Who's kind of like the head of that? Who would you bring on?
So our commissioner is Aaron Ryan. He worked at the NBA. He's worked in a ton of different places. And then Brandon Williams, who played in the NBA, he worked in a bunch of NBA front offices. They're the two guys who are really leading the charge, and obviously have like full support from the whole entire overtime team that's already in existence. But I've never started a league. Spencer's never started a league. So we're bringing in people who have experience from the league, from other places. But it should be really cool. It's awesome.
No, that's unreal. We definitely, I want to bring them on like next week or whenever, like the next podcast, because I want to talk to them and just kind of hear about it, at least for a short segment, because that is cool. And I, like you said, I don't want to ask a bunch of questions. I have a ton of them. I'll just save them for them. But anyways, that's dope. That's awesome. So,
but yeah, how is the bubble, like, seriously? Because we saw so many videos and stuff, and you talk about name, image, likeness, and they're making so much money. Like how was it for you guys? And I know the girls it's hard for you to complain about anything because like they had it a lot worse, it seems like, but how was it for you?
The bubble was good. First 2 days sucked. Okay. So first 2 days we had to get consecutive negative tests without coming in contact with anybody but the testing agents. So that means you have to stay in your hotel room literally for 48 hours straight. Like we get there, we're in our room. The only time we can even open our doors is to open up when food is there being dropped off. So that sucked. Like, you don't realize how long 48 hours really is until you have to be confined to one small room. And I posted a TikTok about it and got a bunch of backlash because I was like something about when you go to your first NCAA tournament and they lock you in a hotel room or with food and bad Wi-Fi for 48 hours. And I was like, that's some bullshit, whatever. And a bunch of people like got mad about it. I don't know. They were like, stop complaining. A lot of people would, kill for your opportunity. I'm like, yeah, I get that. All I was trying to say is I wish this was just a normal NCAA tournament without COVID. Where we could go out, walk around Indianapolis. Normally there's, hundreds of thousands of people just walking around. There's just like the city is like buzzing like that. And it was good. They did a really good job. Just hats off to the NCAA for putting that on, because all those teams in one city, all those tests, all the meal. I mean, that must have been a just, event planning nightmare. I don't even know how they did it, but they did a really good job. So all in all, it was an awesome experience. The bubble's cool.
That's cool. I want to talk about Baylor and Gonzaga real quick, but before that, is Buddy Boeheim the best basketball player of all time?
Tom.
I'm just wondering. He had a really good game against you guys.
Buddy can play. Buddy's going to be a Duncan Robinson type of player. I mean, I think there's front offices right now watching him play, or watching him play this past season, and let's just take a chance on him and see if he turns out to be that Duncan, because he's 6'6", stretch the floor, shoots the cover off it. He's your prototypical NBA catch and shoot guy. So I'm happy for him. He's a hooper for sure.
Yeah, he scored 25 against West Virginia. That was tough. But anyways, Spencer brought it up to me, and I thought about it too. You might be the only person that said that Baylor was going to beat Gonzaga like literally 3 months ago.
Yeah,
you played both of them, right?
Yeah. When did I tell you guys that? When we were just like, when it was
here, just messing around.
You said Baylor could beat Gonzaga. That's what you said.
Yeah. So my thing is we sat down to watch the game, and right before tip off, I told Liv, I'm like, I think Baylor wins by 15 plus. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I think they win by 15 plus. And the only reason why is I watched Gonzaga not struggle with UCLA, but I mean, it wasn't a blowout game. I mean, Suggs got to hit that shot at the end. They both played really well, so I shouldn't say struggled. But UCLA didn't have a true five. They got Cody Riley, who he's a hell of a big, but he didn't even guard Timmy a whole lot during that game. They were getting him on switches, and he was, kind of going against Jules and stuff like that in the post, and Timmy was kind of getting what he wanted. Where I thought guards, Baylor, Gonzaga, I thought Baylor might have the edge on the guards, but I said if Timmy doesn't get going, because JTT, Thamba, and Vital are so much of a more dominant force down low, I think Baylor could run away with it. That's the only reason I said it, and that's pretty much what happened. I mean, it was probably, I don't know what you guys think, probably the most dominant NCAA championship performance I've seen by a college basketball. Like it
was insane, right? From start to finish. Like I think someone said it the other day, or yesterday, the first offensive set for Gonzaga, like Baylor stole the ball from them. It was like the intensity was crazy. The biggest thing for me was Baylor's defense. Like the way they guarded was so intense. It made me anxious to watch, because like Gonzaga couldn't. It looked like an AAU game where the other team is so athletic, you can't put the ball on the floor. I didn't watch that much Baylor all year. Were their guards always that intense on defense, or was it like, oh, there's a national championship, let's turn it up?
Well, I think Davion Mitchell is probably the best on-ball defender in the NCAA. I think that's a big reason he's a top 10 pick now. He brings, obviously he's extremely fast, talented on the offensive end, but I think at the NBA, it seems few and far between of guys who are that good at just sticking to somebody. So, like Marcus Smart's kind of like that kind of guy. I don't know what Davion's going to do in the NBA. He's got, hell of an upside, but I compare him to somebody like that, where front office is going to get somebody who wants to play on both ends of the ball. So yeah, it wasn't just the national championship. Davion's done that all year.
Yeah.
I was impressed with Teague. Teague defensively, I didn't, see that all year. That whole team, Baylor has like linearly inclined and ascended this whole, ever since their COVID pause, where they almost lost to Iowa State, like who did win a game in the Big 12. They're down 17. Ever since that game, after their COVID pause, they've gone up. I mean, they hit their peak, which is like a cliche thing, in March, which is, I mean, they showed it. It was unreal. Best performance I've seen by a championship team.
I don't know why I didn't listen to you. I picked Gonzaga to win it all, which wasn't like a bad pick, but
not at all.
Obviously the big thing there was Suggs at the game winner. His draft stock is like going all over the place. Where do you guys spend? Where do you think he gets drafted? And did his tournament help him or hurt him? College basketball help him?
Yeah, I think he kind of stays right where he is. I think he's going to go like 3 probably. I don't know. It also just depends on who has the first pick, who has the second pick, who has the third pick. But like, I think if he wins the Natty, maybe it's an argument to go before Cade and Kuminga. But right now, like, their upside is just insane. But he's the only true point guard. And I don't know. The NBA just loves that point forward position. You know, LeBron kind of made it like that's good.
Yeah, I don't know how you pick. I don't know how you don't grab Cade, to be honest. I mean, at that point forward position, I think he goes 1. I think no matter who, I don't even think it matters who gets the 1 in the lottery. I mean, truthfully, I don't, because you can slot him anywhere. But, you know, it's an interesting thing you brought up, Tom, is does playing college basketball for a guy like Jalen Suggs, who definitely could have done the G League thing, does it help or hurt you? It'll be interesting to see over the next few years. So you got guys like Jalen Green. Where does Jalen Green, you know, end up? Because at the end of the day, it's just about how good are you? That's where you're going to get drafted. But there is a little bit of how much are you in front of, you know, NBA eyeballs? You know what I'm saying? Because they're sitting down in March for sure and watching the tournament. You know what I mean? That's
right.
It's like a college coach going to Vegas and watching all those. You're watching all the best players right there, best teams. So it'll be interesting to see where Suggs ends up getting drafted, where Green ends up getting drafted. I think that gives you a little bit of an idea. And then also tracking it the next like 5-10 years where these kids are skipping college. Does it help them or hurt them not being on that big time NCAA stage? I don't know.
It's totally case by case, because like Suggs is a perfect example. He wasn't on any mock draft boards top 10 or top 7 a year ago, and now he's on every draft top 5.
Like top 5, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it depends who it is, because then there's someone like Dacian Nix who went to the G League route. And like, would he have played over Tiger Campbell at UCLA? Like, I don't know. And now instead he got to play against the G League for a year and he'll get drafted and stuff. So I don't know. It depends for each player for sure. My whole thing with Suggs, and I've been like the biggest Suggs fan and saying he should get drafted over Cade and all of that. But the thing with me is like he never focused on basketball in high school. Like he played football, like, and he was getting hurt a few times. And that's why I feel like I don't even feel like he's even close to his potential. Like I think people are like, oh, he didn't shoot the ball that well. I'm like, he's never even been able to shoot for like 3 months straight at a time before. So that's why I'm a Suggs guy. But people, I'm getting crushed on overtime because I'm like such a big Suggs fan. I don't think either of them are going to be better than Anthony Edwards and LaMelo. Like if I compare draft classes, and maybe like I think Wiseman's going to be better than Evan Mobley. So when I compare those 2 draft classes, like rank those top 6, right? So LaMelo, Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley. Who, if you had to pick today, start your NBA franchise of those 6, who do you go with?
Go ahead, Spence. You take that one.
I mean, you go LaMelo first. I think he's just got too much upside. I know I love Suggs, but I do think Jalen Green is going to be one of the most dominant scorers. I think he's going to be unreal. So I go with him next. After that, I probably go Cade, then Suggs. No, then I probably go Cade, Edwards, Suggs, and then the big fellas.
Wiseman and Mobley.
Yeah.
They're kind of interchangeable, I think. I would go I would go with LaMelo 1. I think he like proved how good he can be. I would go Edwards 2. He's like dominated.
He is balling.
He averaged like 24 points last month. And I didn't see that coming, honestly. But he's like, someone said the other day he's the best on-ball defender in the NBA already, which like I don't believe. That's probably like hype. But if he's already defending like that, that's pretty insane. I would go Suggs 3, Cade 4, Jalen Green, or I messed up. Jalen Green and then the bigs.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both of you. I think you take LaMelo 1 just off the strength of the fact of, you know, he's hanging out with a lot of cool people now. You know, so he's got the trump card. He wins that one. He's the number one. Spence, you following?
No. So
that was really good. That was like incredibly good.
I'm good at what I do. I do what I do. Okay, listen. It'll fly all right over the 13-year-olds' heads, and 13 and up.
I don't think Spence got it either.
No, I think Spence got it. I think you laughed right at the end. Spence, you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you serious?
So we haven't talked since LaMelo got hurt. And he's obviously been spending a lot of time in the offseason now, working out, training, and getting his body right. But before he got, have you ever had an injury like that, Jordan, where you had to miss a whole season?
No.
Knock on wood.
Nope.
I was really sad that he got hurt. And not just because I love LaMelo and that's great, but I really wanted to see him in the playoffs, with the Hornets. And I think the Hornets are still going to make the playoffs, and he actually might be back for it. But can he win Rookie of the Year missing half the season?
I don't know. Well, what happened with Zion? Zion missed half the year, right? Who got Rookie of the Year last year?
Yeah, Ja did. Ja won.
Okay. Yeah,
but they said that was because the season got ended short because of COVID. People think that Zion would have won if they could have played those last 12 games.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I think you can still give it to him if he plays half a year. I don't know.
Played 41 games, so exactly half a season. Scored 16. Oh, actually, they're only playing 72 this year, so he played more than half the games. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists.
That line is absolutely
playoff team. Where Anthony Edwards, he's played 51 games now. He's averaging 17 and a half. That should probably get up to 18 or 19. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So they're killing it. It's pretty insane. People thought that draft class was going to suck. It's going to have 2 all-stars, and Wiseman's look really good. Tyrese's look really good. It's pretty good draft class.
I heard Tyrese is making a pretty good push for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I don't ever get to see him because it's the Kings suck.
Yeah, that's always a thing. But I think they're looking at Tyrese because he's so damn consistent and he's so damn efficient. His numbers are
it's insane.
They're different compared to the other guys. They might not be, as glaring. He might not be putting up 20 a game, but he's stupid efficient with it. Stupid efficient.
It's crazy. 13 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, but he's shooting 48% from the field, 42% from 3, and 88% from the foul line. He's just consistent, like you said. That's someone that you can just rely on forever. That's an NBA point guard.
Yeah, he's reliable for sure. You know who else is reliable?
Who?
Drake. Anytime he drops a hit, it's a banger. But he's got a son, Adonis. Is that right?
Yeah.
Adonis. That's the coolest name I think I've ever heard. Is that from Creed? Is that from Creed, Adonis?
I think it's from Greek mythology.
Yeah, good call, Spence. But I'm just saying, isn't Adonis? You ever watch the Creed movies?
Yeah, no, that's the same name. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's an Adonis in Creed.
All right, I'm naming my first son Adonis. Anyways, this kid is a hooper. Thoughts on that? Will Drake's son be covered by overtime? Yes or no?
Yeah,
100%. We already are covering him. He just jumped over
he's amazing.
A top player
he's a top 5 kid. He's already on the OTE recruiting list.
The thing is he would not be on that list. That's a NBA list, only if you have NBA potential. But anyways, his name's Adonis Graham. I feel like he should change his last name to Drake. I don't think about Graham,
Adonis Drake. It's not even what? No, that sounds terrible. No.
But anyways, have you watched him play? Have you watched the videos of Adonis shooting?
Have I watched him play? As if I'm gonna. Yeah, let me go break down Adonis's film.
Have you watched? How old is he? Have you watched him shooting on Overtime's Instagram?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's a video of him shooting on a mini hoop. Have you watched him?
He's 3 years old. First of all, he's 3 years old. The mini hoop in the first video is awesome. It's from I don't want to give them too much credit. My girlfriend sent me where it's from, and she's gonna buy me the hoop. She said it's pretty cool. It's got chains and everything. Yeah. Also, lacrosse nets should have chains on them. You heard it here first. How cool would lacrosse be if it was a chain net?
Okay. Lacrosse. Moving on. Baseball. Moving on.
So Adonis, everyone's hyping him up because he made 3 in a row on a mini hoop, and he's 3 years old. But I'm here to tell you that his it looks awful. Like, and I think that, I love Drake, one of my favorite artists, but his kid can't hoop. Just the way Drake needs to stick to not hooping, okay? I see Drake hooping with Bieber sometimes and Sheck West. Get off the court. Like, you're not good enough. And the jumper's trash. And the same thing for Adonis, you could tell it was like 52 takes to have him make 3 in a row. And like, yeah, he made 3 in a row. Sweet. Awesome.
I completely disagree with everything you just, this entire sentiment. Listen, too many like basketball players and rappers and whatever you do, like, oh, my son's going to be the next basketball player. Like Michael Jordan, your kids can't play ball. Like, they're not good. Like, I'm sorry, it's hard to live in your dad's shadow. Like, Bronny is the closest thing we have to, being okay at basketball, maybe having a shot at the league. But I love this. Like, listen, Drake is the GOAT at rapping. He's got all the ability to get his son with the right trainers. He's athletic enough. He's strong. He's a big guy. If he had really dedicated, I bet he could have been an okay basketball player. And now Adonis doesn't have to follow in dad's footsteps and can become an NBA superstar.
Yeah, that would really suck. Okay, first of all, are you two okay? Are you okay? Because there was so much hostility over a 3-year-old shooting on a mini hoop. Are you two okay? Seriously, are you all right? Is everything good?
Tom came at me from my Instagram earlier, coming in hot, dude.
My God. Man.
Here's what I'll say. Drake's 6 feet tall, and I did look it up. Adonis's mother is 5'8", so we got some size.
Yeah, no, the kid's gonna have the size. But listen, can we just leave it at it's a 3-year-old shooting on a mini hoop? And Spencer,
absolutely not.
Spencer, what kind of take was? Yeah, this way Adonis doesn't have to follow in his dad's footsteps. Yeah, no, that would suck, right? Following in your dad's footsteps and being the biggest music artist in the world. That would
failing at music.
Okay, you can fail at anything. Let's be really honest. You can fail at any aspect of life. But
listen, I think it's too much pressure when your dad is so good at something that you've got to like live up to that.
I don't think so.
I think Bronny's the first person to ever do a good job.
John Stockton's kids suck. Jason Williams, well, no Compton. Every player with
what made you think? Were you just looking at Jordan? You're like John Stockton.
I was just thinking about when I played against Sean's kid in high school. He sucked.
He played in the NBA, I think.
Yeah, but he wasn't that good.
Wait, hold on. You talking about you said John Stockton?
Yeah.
Dave can play. I know David Stockton. Don't slander. This is a no Stockton slander podcast ever. No shot.
I shouldn't say that Bronny's the only one because I think Shaq's kids have done a really good job also. And you go in 2 different ways.
Okay, play at a high like if Dave was like an NBA league point guard, that's one thing. But like being a cusp guy, when Adonis can just be an NBA star instead of like a C-list rapper, that's what I'm saying. That's what I saw. That's what I saw from those 3 jump shots.
Oh yeah, you guys really. Do you have notes on this? Like, did you analyze this to a point like you went and rewound it and then watched it again, slowed it down for form? You guys are psychotic, both of you.
Well, I had to watch it 1,000 times to edit out his misses. So I was kind of fired up that at 9 a.m. yesterday I was editing out a 3-year-old's misses. So yeah, maybe I'm not the biggest Adonis fan right now.
Sounds like every Julian Newman game we've ever filmed.
Jeez.
This is incredible, guys. Baseball's back.
No.
All right.
Yeah. So baseball.
Thank you. Good.
That's
moving on.
All I have on that. The only bullet I have on baseball is how about those Rangers down in Texas just filling the whole stadium? Did you see that?
I did see that.
Okay.
Hey,
knee-jerk reaction. Go.
Everyone there has COVID.
Dude, come on. Spence, I know both you land on this side of the fence. Go ahead. What do you think, Spence?
I went to a wedding in Texas 2 weeks ago and nobody got COVID. 150 people, none of us were wearing masks. I'm not saying I support it, but
I went to Florida for 10 days. I didn't get COVID. I just got back from Florida.
I think we're beating this thing, buddies. I think we're beating.
No, I think we're going in a good direction, and I think Texas is the slap on the ass that the entire country needs. It's like, look, let's just okay. If you're not vaccinated and you feel you need to, stay home. Everybody else is going to slowly but surely, unless you're in Texas, it's not slow. It's just going to happen. Go back to normal. You know what I mean?
Well, in Texas, you can at least get the vaccine. I literally in New York, I cannot get the vaccine. It's like, it's impossible. I just can't get it.
It's actually pretty easy. I know a lot of you're the only person I know who said they've had trouble getting it.
I was on the phone like 6 hours yesterday. The guy finally answered and he was like, "Oh, there's no places available." And I was like, "You couldn't just send a message or make that the first thing I heard?"
Well, you got to get online and you just got to refresh it every hour.
All Tom did was call CVS and "Hey, you guys got that vaccine?" And they're like, "Nah, dude." And it's like, "All right."
I just called my boy down the street. I was like, "Yo, you get the pickup yet?"
They're all out. He's waiting on the corner for a drop of the vaccine. No, I like it though. I think it was Texas Rangers. I don't want to get that wrong. But I think they packed out a stadium and it felt like it was a breath of fresh air after everything that we've gone through in terms of our world completely shifting. I was happy with where we were at, and I understand we had to take precaution, but now it's like, okay, we have a pretty good grasp at what we're doing. We have an available vaccine, unless you're Tom, I guess. And let's do this. Let's get back to normal. Let's have a great summer. Everybody try to stay as safe as possible. If you want to wear your mask, but don't yell at somebody if they're not, you know what I mean? Because if you get vaccinated, you still got to wear the mask technically, right? In mask mandated states.
Yeah.
I think Texas moving a little bit fast. I think by June 1st, America is going to be back. I think June 1st, New York. I think by June 1st, New York's going to be back, and that means America's going to be back. That's what the governor of LA said yesterday. California said
first, right?
June 1st. I think that is the day. Your boy's going to be out in the Hamptons, crushing it. I'm going to be back, baby.
Crushing
it. Where he's going to be in Hawaii.
Spencer's back. The United States is back. I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna be back. I might have a mask on my person. I might have a mask in my pocket just in case. But
Yeah. Well, speaking of masks and a real summer, Spence, you want to talk about some fighting?
What? That was the worst segue I've ever heard of.
Yeah, that was a bad segue. What do you guys think about the TikTok or YouTube fights?
All right, so let me break. Adam, Jordan, do you know about this?
No, break this down. This is your area of expertise.
So there's beef in the YouTuber versus TikTok world, which is hilarious. It's like Bloods versus Crips. And they set up a boxing match. Austin McBroom, who's a hooper. Did you ever play with? And does anyone know Austin McBroom being a basketball player? I don't. He's a big YouTube star because his family, he has cute kids, and him and his wife do stuff or whatever. He's got a lot of subs on YouTube. He's been challenging Bryce Hall, who's one of the biggest TikTokers, dated Addison Rae, who I think is the most famous female in the world right now. And they are going to box. And they set up this whole card for boxers and YouTubers versus TikTokers. So it's Bryce versus Austin is the main card. Bryce Hall is getting paid $5 million for this. That was the only way he would do it. And he gets another $1 million if he knocks out Austin, I think is what it is. And then there's a bunch of other guys. There's Taylor Holder, who's a big TikToker. He's fighting someone. Duncan, who's a big YouTuber, he's on there, but they're not the Jake Paul and Logan Paul types who are wrestled in high school, super hard workers. These are just influencers who are going to box. Are you going to watch it?
These fights are going to be the ugliest things you've ever seen in your life. There might not be one clean knockout. There might not be, there might not even be one clean strike landed. I probably won't watch. I'll be completely honest with you. Maybe I'll throw it on just to see if Bryce Hall gets, his block knocked off. That'd be awesome. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm probably.
Wait, you're not a Bryce Hall fan?
I don't know. I can't get behind the whole. I don't know.
He took steroids. He admitted that he used to take steroids.
No, my thing is I'm cool with TikTokers get it however you got to get it. They're obviously doing unbelievable, and I love it. But there's a certain aura about them. There's a level of arrogance that you can have when you're good at something that just kind of propels you to be better, but it's like you dance in front of a camera. Like the whole street fighter thing he's got going on, like where he wants to get in, like every other day I see a TikTok of him on the streets of LA, like about to fight a barista. And it's like, bro, just relax. Like he's screaming at somebody like we can go right now, like right next to my Tesla. Come on. Like, it's like, okay, relax. It's not that big a deal. I would like to see him get knocked out.
I don't think there's a human being on planet Earth that has a more punchable face than Bryce Hall. That guy is such a just do a bunch of bleep, 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 because that's what I'm thinking. Like
Bryce Hall is gonna walk in there, he's gonna knock out Austin McBroom, and then he's gonna kiss Addison ringside, and they're gonna be like, "We're back, baby," and it's gonna be the biggest thing on the internet.
And Tom's gonna be like, "Oh my god, did you see that?"
Oh my god, somebody's gonna have to go help Tom, like, because he'd fall over, he'd freak out.
Well, I'm excited for it, and I here's my thing though, like seriously, these people shouldn't be allowed to fight. Like you should have to like get some level of training before you're able to fight someone for money, because you can get hurt, and that's not good. Spence, you met Ryan Garcia yesterday?
Yeah.
No way. Really?
Yeah, we did a shoot with him yesterday. He's pretty cool. You
want to talk shit about him and like challenge him to a fight? That'd be good for the pod.
Nah, he was really nice, man. He's a good guy. I mean, he's a little guy. I think I'm a couple weight classes above him.
What?
So
you didn't just say that.
He's small.
Is he?
So you're saying you could fight him?
No, I'm saying I don't think we'd be in the same weight class, because I'm a heavy body.
Did he show you the hands?
Oh, he showed us all the hands. Larry was doing him and Larry were doing that. Yeah, he did the hands. He did a lot of good content to come from that. I'll leave it at that.
So you said he was a cool dude though?
Yeah, he was really nice, down to do everything. We kind of just threw a bunch of weird shit at him. And
he was just open to it, huh?
Yeah, he was cool. He was really cool. He gave some hot takes on a couple fights coming up that you guys should stay tuned for.
Ooh,
like really actual boxing fights, or these TikTok YouTuber ones?
All this stuff, but he does. I'll give that away. He's not a huge fan of the culture shift. He wants us to get back to
culture shift of boxing
celebrities.
Okay,
but he is boys with Jake Paul, isn't he?
I wouldn't say boys. I think they've done some stuff together.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying though. This is the difference between like Bryce Hall and a kid like Ryan Garcia, or a guy. How old is Ryan? I don't want to say.
Well, Ryan Garcia is a professional boxer, number 3 in the world.
He's like 20.
No, but
21.
Okay, no, but seriously, this is what I mean. Like, if you're
Bryce
saying
Hall's a douchebag who dances on Instagram, TikTok.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, that was a good synopsis. This is what I'm just saying. Like, when you're elite at something that you do, and we got to tip your hat to Bryce, however he figured out how to do it.
He's super elite at doing the savage dance, dude, and like biting his tongue, looking at the camera.
We can make fun of it and like cringe all we want, but that man's bank account and his status right now is where, I mean, he's successful, I'm sure, in his own mind. But listen, the difference is between like a guy like Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is, unbelievable. He's extremely talented, probably has an ego as well. And he needs to be that good at what he does, but he's still down to earth. He's not going to go fight a barista. Like he's a cool dude. So that's where I struggle with the Bryce Hall thing. And once again, doubling down, would love to see him get knocked out. So
speaking of people I want to see getting knocked out, Spencer is like the only person at Overtime with some boxing history, but now we have another coworker, Overtime Brandon, who he's been getting in the mix, been training nonstop. Brandon, just so everyone knows here, great dude at Overtime, good basketball player, good athlete from Chicago. And now he's picking up boxing, and I think we just have to have Spencer and Brandon fight, and Jordan and I will be the announcers.
I want that card. Listen, I took Brandon to his first boxing workout. So Brandon, I know you're a lot better than me now. You've been taking it a lot more seriously than I have during the past 6 months, while I've been traveling the world, snowboarding, shredding it. But, I want that card. Let's make it happen.
Oh, love.
Wow. We're going to have our first Overtime boxing card. Who else is going to be on the card if you guys are the main event?
If we're the main event, I don't think we can talk about other overtime employees. They might get offended, but I have some. I think you can use your imagination with some.
Hey, can we get Ryan on the pod? No shot, huh? Too big time.
So famous.
Yeah,
So famous.
Maybe depending on how this other stuff goes.
We'll
I want to see
more boxing thing. Oh,
okay.
go ahead, Spence.
I want to see Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk fight.
That's what I was gonna say. I think that should be the last card that we talk about here. Jeff Bezos, 5'7", richest man in the world, ex-CEO and founder of Amazon, now just chilling, trying to invest in buy an NFL team, I think is his next thing. Elon Musk, founder of Tesla, SpaceX, second richest person in the world, I think. He's 6'2", Bezos is 5'7", but Bezos looks like a tough MFer. He got winning that fight.
I know Jordan likes Elon. I know you're digging.
I do like Elon. I think
he's weird.
Yeah, I love it though. I think I'd take Elon in that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think somebody needs to go ahead.
If he's got Neuralink, okay. Because I think he already does. My thing, and if you haven't ever like researched or heard him talk about Neuralink, it's just pretty much taking a piece of your brain and computerizing it essentially. So you're more efficient, different things. It helps. They're doing a bunch of things. But anyways, I think he's testing it. And if he's got Neuralink, I think he's going to be able to manipulate it and turn himself into like a 6'2" Mike Tyson with long levers. Seriously, I think if he has Neuralink, it's over.
I think he named his child like XAEA12.
Yeah.
And somebody needs to punch him in the jaw for that. So
not the kid, the dad, right? You don't want the kid to get punched.
No, somebody needs to punch his dad in the jaw for that. Yes.
Okay. I just want to
not the
confirm.
Kid. For the
so
kid.
They just call him at school.
I think they like legally had to change it again. I think he got in trouble for it or something. So Elon is 49. Bezos is 57. Bezos is worth $189 billion right now.
Doesn't help you.
And Elon's 170 billion.
Chump change.
Yeah, he named his child XAEA-XII. I don't know if he has like a smooth name that he's like. I don't.
Zexy.
I don't.
Speaking of kids that are gonna get punched in the face when they're older. When they're older.
Yeah, he's gonna get punched in the face for sure.
But he's also gonna be a zillion.
No, he's not. Guys, yes. we have to do a little bit of damage control because XAEAXII might be a future guest on our pod when we're all like 60. I'm serious. 50.
He's gonna
55.
buy the pod. If you had $1 billion or $100 billion, I see this all the time. Like Bill Gates isn't giving his kids like any of his money. Like when he dies, you're not giving your kids the money when you die.
I don't know if I'm not giving. I mean, I'm gonna set aside something in terms of like I don't know, a trust or something like that for when they get X amount. But I'm not giving them money. No.
I think the worst. I think once they hit a certain age, like you just like, because what happens when I die at 40 because my lifestyle, and my 1-year-old, I'm not giving him.
So in 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was so mean.
I'm not giving him all like 5 figures I've earned from overtime.
Wait, so kind of similar to that. This is something that just hit my computer this morning. So Shaq, who like loves Shaq, and his kids, all awesome. He bought someone their engagement ring in a store. He was just in a store shopping for jewelry, realized the guy was getting his engagement ring, and he was like, "I got you, bro," and just bought it for him. And then they posted about he posted. Actually, he didn't post on his personal page. It was like a fan page posted it. When people post their good deeds, I feel like you have a strong take on this, Jordan. Does that diminish the good deed? You're out on people posting their good things.
So, yeah, in my opinion, I think it diminishes it a little bit.
So I heard this legendary Paul Walker story. I love Paul Walker, but he basically went into a jewelry shop. He was getting a ring for his wife or whatever. He was in a jewelry shop and he overheard a conversation of this guy, trying to shop for rings and getting the expensive one and all this stuff. He just was in the shop at the same time. then didn't have a conversation, didn't talk to him, no back and forth. 2 weeks later, the guy goes to pick up his ring, and the jeweler's like, it's already been paid for.
Wow.
And they like Paul he just didn't want to, he didn't make a thing about it. Like the jeweler ended up telling the story after he died. That's kind of legendary shit.
No,
that's pretty legendary.
That's big time. I have one that I actually just heard. And I don't know if I don't think she would get upset, because this is Liv's grandfather, who was extremely like influential in the area that she grew up in terms of construction. He built like everything in the city. Like he, built all the houses in their community, in their neighborhood. It's really cool because all the buildings still stand today. He came over, and there was an immigrant from Italy, which most of the people in this town are Italian. And this woman was trying to get to this town from, when she came over. And when she got there, she didn't have any place to stay. And they were going to tell her, you can't come here if you don't have money to live here, whatever. And he pushed it through because he was on the board. He's like, we're not going to turn this woman away. She's from Italy. Let's get her in. So they gave her this house. He goes to the house first day she's there, no appliances. Okay. There's no refrigerator. There's no stove. There's no anything. Okay. And I'm going to butcher the name, but he showed up and she was there, and he said, how are you going to pay for, appliances? She's like, well, I'll try to find a job and eventually be able to pay for it. And he's like, all right. And then he asked her, he said, do you cook pasta fagioli, I think? And that's like Italian dish. And it was like native to Italy. And he knew that she could probably do it really well. And she said, yes. And he said, okay. And he left. And then she came home the next day, and everything was pretty much furnished, refrigerator, stovetop, island, all this stuff for cooking. And she was like, well, how can I repay you? She was so happy. And he's like, just cook me pasta fagioli, and that's it. So she's cooked him pasta fagioli. He's late now. He's passed away. But yeah, I mean, it's those kind of things and he didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell the board. He didn't need that. At the time, there was no way to post it necessarily anyways. So he just did it out of the kindness of his heart. And I think those are the coolest ones, kind of like the Paul Walker story too. Those are the ones that make your heart warm. When people post it, it takes away from it. I don't care what you say, it takes away from it. I'm not saying it's not a good deed anymore, but I just say, if you're going to do something, let it just carry its own life and legend, kind of like the Paul Walker story. Wherever it goes, it goes.
That makes sense. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, post it because they like encourage other people to do it. But when you think about famous people specifically, like just do it. And like Paul Walker's a legend. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's no reason you need to, if somebody catches you doing it, cool, whatever. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is go out and do something for somebody. And it doesn't have to be buying an engagement ring. You know what I mean? If you're still listening to this pod right now, this is a great ending and wrap up. Go do something nice for somebody, and don't post it on your damn Snapchat or Instagram or whatever. Just do it, whatever that may be. I don't care if it's just saying something to somebody. Go make somebody else's day better, and then be back here within a week for the next episode of Subject to Change. Fellas, we're out.
Have fun surfing.
I got one more thing.
Okay. I thought that was a good wrap up, but go ahead, Spence. Anything? What's up?
Tom, I'm sorry. I was being a little hostile earlier.
No, okay. I started it.
I'm sorry.
Both of you need to apologize for your hostility today.
Let's take our anger out on Adonis Graham.
Let's take our anger out and turn it around and be positive to the world. How about that?
I'm gonna go do something good for someone. All right.
Maybe. See you guys. Bye.
Later.